Hi Gemini, welcome to our February 2018 Tarot Scope. I will be drinking throughout the duration of this video. It is my last of the day, I've decided. And honestly, I didn't even want to, I haven't listened, I don't know if I listened to one February horoscope video for us this month. And that's it, because I just can't even. There's so much going on. Are you going through this too, Geminis? I did the Capricorn video earlier today and I was like, I'm really feeling your guys' energy. I'm just working my ass off right now. Wheel of Fortune is down and the Seven of Wands. Cool, let's just get right into it. So yeah, a lot of work going on, okay? And also I feel personally, after we went through all of that whatever with the Saturn 7th house transit that ended at the end of December, I almost feel, I don't know if shell shock is quite the right phrase, but look, I've done a lot of drugs in my time, okay? Not so much now, but I've done it. I've done some stuff. And if you've ever taken a party drug, so some kind of amphetamine, and maybe some psychedelics too, I haven't done a lot of acid or anything, so this might apply to other drugs I've never done. But when you come down off a roll or off of a nice big high, and the next day, it's not like you feel depressed, but you just almost feel so calm and so low anxiety that you're just kind of super present and super emotionally neutral. There's probably a more articulate way to say this, and this might not be what other people have experienced in their drug times, but that's sort of how I've been feeling since the end of December. It's just sorry if you hear a lot of noise, the wind is crazy right now, and I have a very old window, so I apologize if you can hear that in the background. But that's how I feel. I feel so much happened, and I had so many downloads so freaking fast at that switch of Saturn from my 7th to my 8th that I'm just kind of getting it done. I'm just I was so overwhelmed by emotion and thought and download that now I'm just in this weird calm. Even as things are crazy. And I know I know in March, so February for us Gemini, we are just working our asses off. And if we are doing that work, I'm telling you, Gemini, in March, it's springtime. We are gonna start seeing things blossom. I feel it, I know it. And the most important thing is to not freak out. Oh my God. Today, I'm waiting on, I have a lot of jobs, but I'm waiting on my 1099 for one of my jobs so I can get my taxes filed. And today I found myself walking down to the cafe. I was like, oh God, I wish that would freaking come in. It's the 7th already. It should be here by now. I just want to get my taxes done so I know what my situation looks like. But I need to know if I owe money and ba ba ba. And then I had this moment where I was like, your taxes are going to get done. What? It's not like your 1099 will come. What happened? Oh, they forgot to send it? Okay, that would have been illegal. But even so, you'll get it. You have until April to get your shit done. I just had to tell myself, I'm freaking out about nothing. This isn't something to freak out over. It's just not happening in the timeline that I want it to happen, and so I'm getting anxious and bratty about it. This is not the time for that, Gemini. Also, we talked about this in the last video, we cannot be coming from a sense of lack right now. Because especially in relationships, I would say. For me, I'm personally feeling that more financially and as it applies to career. But for others, they might really feel it in relationships. I think both could apply because the 7th house rules business partnerships and romantic partnerships. So, the universe is really did you learn the lesson of Saturn's 7th house transit? Did you learn that lesson? Are you going to make new choices moving forward? Reverse 2 of Cups. Okay. Every time you freak out about something that's happening on divine time and not your time, you are basically telling the universe I don't trust you to get this done. You haven't done it yet, so it's not gonna happen. I don't trust it. And you can't do that, because then the universe will be like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, if you already know I'm not gonna do it, then I won't do it. You know, so anything like that, especially as it applies any relationship or business, career associated thing, I don't know what it is right now, but we are supposed to be, we're in a holding pattern, Geminis. Just keep your head down and do your work. Keep your head down and do your work like you're an 8th grader getting bullied at school. I mean, really, like, just don't pay attention to other shit that's going on. Don't worry about stuff. Just don't let things become catastrophes. If something pops up, deal with it as quickly as you can. If part of dealing with it means waiting on other people to do their part, 3 of Swords, waiting on other people to do their part, waiting on the universe to do its part. I know it's hard. We are so prone to festination, but you have to keep it in check and just try to be patient. And since we suck at being patient, that's why I'm telling you, just work. Just distract yourself so you don't have to sit around and think about it and then get mad at yourself because you're not a patient person. Just stay so busy you can't think about it. I worked 16 hours yesterday. Like, hi, what the fuck? And made dinner from scratch and walked the dog and did my laundry. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I am actually really tired, but just keep your head down and work, Gemini. I think that's the most important download I'm getting for us this month. 3 of Wands. I'm just looking at what we have so far. I'm gonna keep pulling, but I mean, I do want to quickly, like, since I was just saying this, and then I'll shuffle more, that Wheel of Fortune that came down first thing. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, you are, this is going to turn no matter what we do. No matter whether or not we accept it, we resist it, we work, we don't work. You know, this to me, in this context, is like divine time. And it is not always going to align with mine. It's just not. And this month, I feel like we're really being tested in that way. And don't let things pop. Don't let the stuff you learned during the Saturn 7th house come back to haunt you here. Earlier this month, and you know, it might have been the end of January, I could be lying, but earlier this month, so at the beginning of December, I might have mentioned this. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last video or not, but at the beginning of December, I went on a date with someone that I had this like really crazy connection with, but they were doing this like whole come here, get away thing with me. And we kind of just left it in a, you know what, let's just be friendly. And we didn't really talk to each other. I never texted them. They never texted me. And they texted me like a week ago. And I know for a fact, that was a test. Because I've been feeling I don't know if vulnerable is the right word, but just thinking about what my future in romantic partnerships looks like. And that was, to me, such a clear test of like, here's this person who has already, in the little time y'all have spent together, done this come here, get away thing with you. And then they didn't talk to you for like a month and a half. And now, so they were like, get away. And now they're going, oh, come back here again. And even though the connection I felt with that person was totally real, I was like, I didn't even honestly, oops, I just threw love cards. I didn't even respond. And that wasn't to be vindictive. It wasn't as retribution. I was just like, I'm not touching this because I'm not supposed to touch this. And if I touch it, the universe is going to be like, I told you don't touch that thing. So all that to say, like, there is triery happening in February for us Geminis. But if we make the right choice, March is going to be what it is. Not that good things can't happen this month. It's just like I feel like this is a month where we're just keeping our head down and we're working. Okay? And next month is where things are gonna actually pay out. Tower in reverse. Okay. God damn it. God, this one always comes out for me. 10 of Swords And then Temperance in reverse. I mean, damn. I might pull one more, like a final outcome, and then we'll get into it. I think it's about to rain. It's getting kind of dark in here. Sorry, y'all. It's getting a little dark out there. You never know what's gonna happen on the Gulf Coast. Okay. Come on, one more. Okay. God, there's so much. This reading came for me so hard already. I'm so mad. I'm so mad about it. We'll get into it. I do want to just one final outcome card, if y'all can arrange that deck. Just one. Just one. Don't try to fly out. Don't get an attitude. So yeah, Gemini, if you are feeling, it is right now February 7th as I'm filming this video. If you are feeling like you're tired, there's a lot going on, you're overwhelmed, word, I hear you, just focus and get it done. Focus and get it done. Because we really we are so known as being the sign that can't focus on anything. And that I think is very true and fair. But what I've noticed is that, here's the thing, if you give me just like one thing to do or two things to do, I'm gonna get bored and I'm not gonna focus and get them done. But if I have a ton of stuff going on at once and it's all like different and diverse, variety is the name of our game, is it not, Geminis? Then I tend to focus and do so much better in every single thing I'm doing if I have like 5 or 6 things happening at once. That's just how we roll, dude. We're multitaskers. And I think a lot of the time, our lack of focus is due to the fact that we're understimulated. And I think we take for granted how much stimulation we need, because we need a lot. At the same time, because we're complicated like this, the line, I think for a lot of Geminis, the line between just stimulated enough and overstimulated is super thin. And I feel like that's something I'm still figuring out how to navigate. You don't want to give me an outcome card? You want to give me 2? You want to give me 3? Boom! The Fool, the Page of Wands, and the King of Cups in reverse, okay? It's getting really dark. All right. So, let's go. It's probably going to rain soon. Wheel of Fortune, you know, we just kind of talked about that. 7 of Cups, excuse me. 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups in reverse. We've got the 3 of Hearts. Let me see if there's like a, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with it. One day I'll film this on like my laptop and we'll do this better, but right now we're using phone. 7 of Cups. Why do I keep calling this the Cups? 7 of Wands. Me, right, same. Same, girl. I'm just trying to hold it down right now. I'm just trying to hold it down. And like, this is it. This is us right now. Hold it down. It's not necessarily going to be easy. It might not be as clean and nice as we want it to be. Hold it down in the month of February, Gemini. And you know what? 2 of Cups, you know, again, that 7th house transit of Saturn that we just got done with. I think I look at this, and I'm personally still in a place with this where I'm like, I don't know what I want in partnership moving forward. And honestly, I'm not really going to worry about it or think about it in a real freaking way, because I feel like I am being called right now to knock out so many things, to accomplish so many things, to help people. You know, there's so many other more important pursuits that are calling to me right now that I'm not even, And I feel like this is for all of us. You know, if you're in a place right now in February, Gemini, where you're tripping out about some person, I don't think this is the time for you to be tripping out about it. You need to set that aside. You need to put your head over your heart, okay? And you need to just get your shit done. Stop worrying about boo thing 1, 2, or 3. You know, like, This is not the month for us to be worrying about that. And I know some of y'all might be really anxious because you're like, okay, like we're done. We got through the Saturn 7th. Like we learned our things, you know, or we're just tired and we're sick of it. It's like, okay, yeah, word. I hear you. The 10 of Swords is down. Like the worst is over. You are right. We are done. And there's a lot of, like I said, what did I say earlier? We're prone to festination. A lot of impatience here in trying to get to this, but this isn't the business right now. And if you're upset about that, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted to hear, then I'm gonna need you to go back and look at what Saturn taught you. Saturn was like, you will get this in my time and when it's right for you. And just because Saturn is gone does not mean that that doesn't hold. Absolutely holds. Saturn doesn't leave and undo all the lessons it taught you. That now has to be integrated into your life, into your personality, into your lifestyle, Gemini. So February is not, I know it's Valentine's Day, but like, girl, like, you know, this is not the month for us to be caught up in boo thing stuff. And the Three of Wands, also, I'm feeling these two things a lot right now. Like on the front end, I'm feeling this. Just like, whoosh, I got so much going on, I'm trying to hold it down. But then on the back end of things, I'm kind of feeling this energy. This sort of like, okay, what, like, this is me basically looking at March. Like, we get through all of this, we get through that Seven of Wands fight, and then what? Vision, long-term vision, right here. And that's what February is. We are doing the work, keeping our head down and working and keeping our eyes on the prize and not getting distracted by love. Fuck no. No, Gemini. Not in February. Look, I'm sorry if that's hard for you, but it's a short month and we're already 1/4 of the way through. So you're going to make it. And then the Tower in reverse. I mean, again, just like a caution. Don't resist this shit and don't force shit. Or you'll be this, you know, like we already were this. Don't do this again. We were this for so long. Don't do this again, you know. Patience, dear Gemini. I know it's not our strong suit. So that's why you just focus and work. And not resist, like I said, like that idea of divine time. At peace, like I'm feeling that way a lot right now. Like ever since the beginning of this year, I've really very strongly been feeling this sense of like being at the mercy of the universe more than I ever have before, and really trying to learn how to trust that and lean into that. Because that's it. I mean, that's the secret to everything, right? You need to be able to relax into the things that you can't necessarily control or understand. I think that's where I struggle as a Gemini, as an air sign. It's like, well, why though? But like, why? But like, why this? Why can't I have this right now? Okay, and why did I go through this? And why, you know, why am I forced to do that? You know what? It's not your place to know why. And that's something that we all need to get more comfortable with too, Gemini. You aren't always going to know why. We ask questions. We are probably the most inquisitive sign of the entire zodiac, and we want to know. We're not always going to know. We're not always going to know, so keep your head down and work. And then over here, Page of Wands. Good stuff, I like. This could be a person coming in. This could be a fire sign coming in. It also could just be you looking, I think, like I said, through to March with more of like a youthful, creative energy, ready to get your shit done, ready to get your initiatives off the ground, especially things that you've done yourself, things that you've created. And the Fool. I think in many ways, this, like what we're going through right now in February. So January, I feel like we were just kind of reeling from what we had been through with Saturn. February, now we're like, okay, we had our breather, we had our moment. We went to therapy. Like I personally spent January processing like a motherfucker. Like I was talking to a friend every day on the phone. I was journaling. I was talking to my therapist about so much, like processing. And now work. And then March is when we're going to walk off this cliff into the bright beyond. Okay. I really honestly believe that. And we're going to either boo up or partner up with like a fire sign or someone who brings out this sort of feisty energy in us, this creative feisty energy in us. Or we are just going to enter March feeling much more in tune with that energy, regardless of whether or not someone else brought it to our doorstep, okay? And then we have the reverse King of Cups. I mean, this worries me a little bit. I see emotional turmoil in the reversal here. And, you know, it's to be expected after everything we've been through. And, you know, like I said, that line between being just whelmed enough and overwhelmed is so thin for me. And I know for myself personally, and I think a lot of Geminis go through this because we need play. We need a lot of play. We need a lot of rest and relaxation and fun, okay? And we're a very leisure-seeking sign. If I'm overworked, I will get really emotional. If I'm too overworked, it's so funny. It's like if there's too much earth energy going on in my life, then I swing to the other extreme and bring out water energy. Who knows how that works? So yeah, there's like an interesting trifecta here. I don't know. Here's the thing, like normally I would say like, this is a caution, like don't get overly emotional. I don't even know that I can say that because if your February looks anything like mine, like there's no choice. I was just telling in the Capricorn video, I was saying something very similar. There were some cards there that implied they were out of balance. And I was like, normally I would tell you to slow down and balance, but frankly, you don't have the time. And neither do we, Gemini. You know, like this is kind of just like a slog. And it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. We're doing great work right now. We're being productive as hell. We're getting it out. We're laying the groundwork down to have the life that we want moving forward. Very powerful powers of manifestation for us this month. And it might leave us feeling kind of emotionally intense by the end because we're just going to be tired. You know, it's Mardi Gras. I live in New Orleans. It's Mardi Gras right now. I'm already not a huge partier at this point in my life, to be honest with you, but I haven't done a single Mardi Gras thing, partially because the weather has been really terrible, but also because I just have so much shit to do. I have so much shit to do and I literally just like can't. I just can't go out and have fun. Like when I'm not working, I need to be resting or working on tarot stuff, you know? And so it is what it is. Get it done. Get it right. And here, over here at the bottom of the deck is, oh God, the reverse Knight of Wands. Like I get this. This is us. Boo, this was us at the end of that Saturn transit. We've been through it. We trust nothing and no one. We're coming out of this. We're coming out of it. We really fucking are. But like I said, right now, like January was process time. Process. And keep in mind, like we're not just processing what we went through in the 7th house. The 8th house is a huge house too. It's not going to feel as intense as that 7th house did. There's not that opposition there. But you know, it will still bring up issues of intimacy and worth and things that are very much built upon the lessons that we learned in the 7th house. So there's still like the processing in January wasn't just for what I'd just been through, but also what is to come. February is the month where we just work. We are earth signs in February, Gemini. We have to be. Channel that Capricorn energy. I'm all about it right now. And then in the March, when March comes in, when Pisces season comes in, when we're then we can start talking about what we need to be emotionally fulfilled. But we're laying the groundwork for it right now. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I'm tired, Gemini. I didn't even want to do this reading because I was so afraid of what it would say, but it just kind of has confirmed to me everything that we've been going through, or that I've been going through. I'm curious to know if y'all have been going through it too. And I feel like some of the Gemini readers that I follow, they've been experiencing similar things. And like I said in that Saturn video last month, if you watched it, it's 2018 is all about our value, Gemini. All about our value. So, you know, continue to make value affirming choices. Keep in check that tendency to expect things to come in on your own time and not divine time. It's not, because it's not going to happen on your time this month. It's just not. Some months it does. Some months shit just falls into place precisely how and when you want it to. Sometimes that just happens. February is not the month that is happening. Doesn't mean things aren't gonna go the way that you want. It's just not gonna go on the timeline that you want. But I actually think if you show up and do the work, it'll go precisely how you want it to go in divine time. I really do believe that for us this month, Gemini. All right, cheers to you. Cheers to us. This is my last video for the day. If it doesn't rain, I might actually go to the parade tonight, but that remains to be seen. Tune in next month. Please like, subscribe, and if I have the comments open, you can comment. I don't know. People say really creepy things in the comments sometimes, so I'm back and forth about whether or not I should keep them active. But if they're open and you have nothing and you have something nice to say, then feel free to comment, okay? Thanks so much. Bye.